Hey there, YouTube. Well, the big machine is still down. The shop is kind of cluttered. I got the guys that borrowed my Puma arm. They returned it. So I got to clean some stuff out and make a place to store it. But anyway, I was helping out a guy, and he had a problem. He wanted to do the equivalent of like a touch probe, so when you bring your tool down, you can figure out where the surface is. And he's having some trouble seeing it and getting it aligned right. He had bought this little gizmo. It was a battery in a box with a metal top and or a metal bottom, and when you put it down, it would make contact with the metal. It was garbage. So I had the idea I'd make him one, and I got a nice little piece of aluminum here. It needs some work, of course, but because the big machine's down, I'm going to go with Plan B. Plan B is I'm going to use the mini mill, which is right here, and I'm going to do it manually. So yay! Well, the first thing I've got to do is I want to make this thing square, and this is a good dimension across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it the same across here, and that means I got to chew some of this stuff away. You never ever want to put a end mill into a drill. A drill is designed for up and down only. It's not designed for side loading, and it'll get messed up. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take that off, and we want to replace it with a collet. This is an MT3 collet. The tool will go inside of here, and this will close down on the tool, and it's designed to handle that. And by the way, whenever you do this, you do it with the power off. You don't want this thing starting up on you. Okay, what I need to do is, this is longer this way than it is this way. So what I need to do is I need to figure out what this height is and mark it on here. So to do that, we use a height gauge, which I happen to have a fairly good one right here. So what we do is we put this little thing together like this. Then I bring this as a surface plate. It's made out of granite, and it's smooth to within 1/1000th of an inch all the way across, or it should be. Yep, it's good. So now what I do is I take this and bring this up to here like that, lock it in. And for this one, I really don't care what the indication is, because what I'm doing is I'm just using it to make a mark. And so I don't know whether you can see that or not, but now there's a mark on there. And so I'm going to mill down close to that mark, and then when I get real close to it, then I will fine-tune it. But at least now I have something to work to. As you can see, the back end of this is kind of messed up, and I just really want to get it close to the surface. Then I'll worry about fine-tuning it. So I'm going to take a round object, in this case just a screwdriver bit, and I'm going to put it in here. And what that's going to do is it's going to concentrate the force at one point only, snug it down, and now I can take this ugly end off and get it to where it's flat and reasonably close. Then once I get it close, I can flip it around, fine-tune it, and make all four edges nice and pretty. Yeah, I hear a train in the background. Okay, so it's relatively close. Right now I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. So that's the first pass, looking pretty good. I'll do a bunch more and get close. You can see I've got it relatively square. It's not perfect, but it's close. Should measure the same, and then all I need to do is fix this end here and get it down to the thickness, which is going to be 0.7 inches, and then I'll have a good puck. Alright, so now what we're doing is we're checking it out, and I bring it down until it's just got a little friction on there. Alright, so now I'll bring it up, flip it around, and this is the side that we just milled. So I'll bring it down until we just get a little friction on there. maybe about 1/1000 of an inch off. Close enough. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to clean this nastiness up and make it nice and smooth. And you can see it's a pretty nasty edge. So it needs to go exactly parallel. So these are parallels. And they will sit in the vise like this. This will sit on top of it. And that way I can clamp and apply some force here, but still give me enough room to get in here and make the cut. The parallels come in sets. And so you get little skinny ones like this, and at the far end you got thicker ones. So you can pick the thickness that you need to get the piece to sit as high as you need it to in the vise. We'll bring this bit down, we unlock this. That ought to be good. So I'll start here and we'll make some passes. So I was checking it out. It's one thing I don't like about that mini mill. About 5/1000 of an inch off. For what I'm doing, it'll be alright. I'll just have to make a mark that instead of setting this thing at 0.6 when he's done, I'll have to set it for 0.59. Kind of disappointing, but I'm not going to sit there and try and do it again. That's one thing I like about the CNC machine. It's a lot bigger machine, and it doesn't move. This one here has a tendency to have some play in it. These edges are kind of sharp. I don't like that. And I'd like to round them over a little bit. And luckily, I've got a set of these. These are round over bits. So here's a big one so you can see it. See how they're rounded over? I'm not going to use one that big. I'll probably go something like this. And what it will do is it will go across the bit like this, and it'll put a little bit of a rounded edge on there. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get this out of here. That's tightened. I got a camera in my mouth here. What do you expect? Okay, that's good. Now, what I want to do is I want to get this out without busting it up. So put my hand under here, loosen this up, give it a little tap, and this will come right out like this. And then we can carefully just pull that out and put it away, because that's an expensive bit. Isn't that pretty? Nice rounded edges. Yay. Now what I got to do is I got to make a hole in it for the set screw, and then a hole over here for a wire to go into. So that's the next step. And I'll mark the center there, and I'll mark the center there, and now I've got my drill points. So now I'll just get my hammer and I'll put a punch. There we go. That'll make a nice little starter hole. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah, that'll be good. I went down about that deep, just past the hole, so that I can put the wire in there, and then the set screw will hold it. So the puck is done. So there's the part. But now I got to tell you the rest of the story. I already built the darn thing, and then I decided to make a video. So how do you do that? Well, you end up having to build a second one. Since his name is the Binford Man, of course I ended up having to make a custom box. So here it is in all of its glory. And what it does is he'll clip this to the tool, and when the tool comes down, makes contact, it lights up. So put that in here, like that. And there you got it. So that's another project done.